Is this what you're seeing on the ground? Is this your reality that you are also witnessing on the ground, that things were crazy but are starting now to get better?
Yeah, Hamza. So it's actually there was what we would call a peak. I felt like maybe about a week ago, and you could actually feel it, but the amount of patients inside the hospital and the way things are going. Now it's not much better. So let's say if that was a peak and that was a 10 out of 10 in severity, we're maybe at like a 9 out of 10 realistically. So
Okay.
it hasn't gotten worse, but it definitely hasn't gotten significantly better.
Okay.
But overall, in terms of numbers, we are headed in the right direction.
Okay. So another statistic that he shared is that with the social distancing measures, with essentially New York being put on pause, and with the use of face masks in public, there is a reduction in the infection rate. So they're seeing that, but it's so small. Like prior to this reduction, they were at about 1.4. So 1.1% on average would infect 1.4 people. Now they're saying it's 0.9. So the reduction is still almost like one person. One person is still infecting one person.
Mhm.
So, there is still a pretty decent infection rate. So do you feel that like what is it just taking time for these measures to have more of an effect? Or do you feel that not enough people are wholeheartedly implementing these measures?
So I think it's a little bit remote. I think the fact that we've seen the slowdown definitely has to do with social distancing. I don't think that's. I think it's the connection's fairly obvious because we are seeing a slower number of admissions to the hospital. The number of deaths are staying the same, but those are people that have been hospitalized for maybe 15, 16, 17 days. So along with that, there's also been a change in the way they're reporting the number of deaths. Before they were reporting deaths as coronavirus confirmed deaths, we would do a test in the hospital. It would come back positive, and then if they passed away, then there was a confirmed death. Now what they started including was coronavirus related or coronavirus associated deaths. So maybe somebody passed away at home, or maybe people pass away in nursing homes. I think they weren't including those before either. So because what happens is in a lot of people nursing homes are do not resuscitate, do not intubate, do not hospitalize. They've made a decision for their end of life to be not to go through those processes. So if they develop a pneumonia, but you're not going to do a testing for it, how do you know with 100% coronavirus pneumonia? But let's say now 8 people on the same floor have it. Well, it's very likely a corona. So I think they started including those numbers as well. That's why the numbers continue to go up. But I think in terms of the admissions, I can tell you. So I just finished a shift maybe about 6 hours ago in the ICU. So I can tell you that we didn't have any new admissions that I did overnight, which is the first night that's happened. But that doesn't mean that we didn't have a bunch of things happen otherwise in the hospital.
Do I feel that the New York police are providing enough protection, or do I have to have protection of my own? I look for protection from Allah.